So the whole birth control pill thing.
I wouldn't use none of that shit.
The birth control thing, a lot of the time they give it to women or females specifically to regulate their period.
Correct.
So that their hormones are balanced. And
so the way I thought they were going to go with it is the chemicals have really fucked people up.
Well, they do.
Yes, in other ways. But they were saying that, for instance, the nuns in monasteries who have no outside birth control and also do not have babies have a much elevated level of cervical cancer.
And I wonder if that has anything to do with the lack of medical care, because I would assume that they're not going and getting a pap smear every year.
It could be because of the lack of dick.
Well, I mean, semen definitely helps your cervix, yeah.
Is this episode 27, in fact?
If that's what it says.
Yeah, episode 27, members only question and answer, John and Amanda. Aaron Kinder. Hey, John and Amanda, I've been looking at purses with concealed carry slots or functionality for my wife. Amanda, have you ever worn a purse that has one of those slots, or do you carry in another manner? John, have you ever made a purse or bag specifically for women? What sort of price tag would a custom bag carry? Have people outside of Mill LE received custom work? That last shirt is awesome, and I should have bought an XL before taking off for my flight. Ended with a large. Okay, a couple things, and Amanda will have a lot more input on this. Yes, I actually still have, I believe, there is still a website up even for forbidden handbags. I own forbidden handbags, harlot handbags, a bunch of URLs that redirect. We were building seatbelt purses.
Not carry purses.
Seatbelt purses, like Harvey's, but I think we were...
Before Harvey's.
I don't even know that we'd even seen a Harvey's bag at that point. It was woven, and I got the idea from it kind of from like lawn chairs, how they're woven, but we used very, very nice material. And then we would line it. There was an upholstery store down by the border, and it was a UFO, Upholstery Fabric Outlet. And we actually bought a lot of our Cordura from there. That's where our original OD greens came from, because it was the only place we could find it. And our camo. But our old woodland camo was like a terrible color, but there's a ton of that shit out there. But they had super nice upholstery fabric, and even back then it was like $50 a yard. So we were putting these like silk prints inside that had these metallic dragonflies and butterflies and kind of an oriental look to it. And then we'd put fake furs in there, but very, very high grade. So we were just showing them. Chicks were seeing Amanda's like at Starbucks and at the salon and soccer moms, stuff like that. And they were buying the shit. It got to the point where we either had to do that or do SOE.
I specifically remember that conversation, in fact. And
SOE, we already had, a decade history with it. And we could take it in so many different directions. So we kind of stopped building the bags. I still have folding lid bins. I saw them the other day in the garage, full of bags and full of all the materials and stuff even. Now, Amanda carries one of the new war bags, and it does not look like you're not going to think Louis Vuitton or Christian Louboutin or, Michael Kors or any of that shit. It looks like a dude's bag.
So I have a lot to say about this. First of all,
go ahead.
First of all, what does she want to carry in? Period.
Number one, she should carry on her body. If we're having this conversation, she's not going to carry on her body. Amanda carried for years on her body, has calluses still from that. Your chick's probably not going to do that if we're having this conversation. They always want to carry off bag. When bad shit happens, where's that fucking bag at? If somebody comes in the restaurant and you got to duck and cover, where is that gun at, right? If you have to scatter, you just left that thing in your bag. Now go ahead.
Again, first of all, where does she want to carry? Why does she want to carry in that manner? Is she going to put a gun in her bag just in case without having any training, without having any realization that you're not going to get to the gun in a bag if you need it? Just like, I'm going to keep it in the glove compartment of my car. Why? Are you shooting the engine? No. Like, what's the point? If you're going to carry a gun, you need to carry it on your body. For the longest time, I carried on my hip, and I had a fucking callus for years because of it.
You kind of got to dress like a lumberjack.
Yeah, and like I was wearing like a moo-moo all the time. You know, it's 100 degrees outside, and I'm wearing a hoodie.
Not a moo-moo, but I mean, you have to. That's why you see dudes wearing flannels and shit.
But I found carrying appendix is a lot easier for me to dress around. However, there are times when I plan to wear a dress and I have a war bag that has a Velcro panel in the back that I can secure my firearm on those very rare occasions that I'm going to wear a dress. For a long time, I took my Louis Vuitton purse, and there's always like a little zipper pouch on the inside, and I would turn that inside out and cut the bottom of it out, and then I sewed Cordura to make the pocket longer, and I carried a gun in there for a long time.
We see people also will put adhesive Velcro in there and put a holster onto that also.
Yes. And then if you find a bag that that has 3 sections, usually the middle section is a zippered pocket, which you can secure a firearm in. Messenger bags are really good because typically there's a pocket on the outside of the bag that's going to be closer to your body.
That's how our diaper bag is. That's how that war, that zippered pocket on the back.
Yeah, the war bag is...
It's Velcro, so it's against your body because you're going to basically cross-draw. A lot of bags, for some reason, don't have Velcro there. They've got it on the other wall, so when you reach in, you can't get that fucking gun properly.
Angled, right, yeah. So, the first thing is she needs to know what she's doing with it. And for the love of God, do not go and buy her a gun that she's never held or shot. Like that. So many times we've gone into gun stores and guys are like, oh, do you want a revolver? No, I don't want a fucking revolver. Yes, I have small hands. No, I don't want a revolver.
I play with big things all the time.
That's right. Like, I can shoot a G19, no fucking problem, all day long. It's not an issue.
How about a deagle?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, nobody fucking knows what that is because we're adults and we're not playing stupid video games.
It
it's a Desert
looks
Eagle.
Cool. Yeah, I saw it first time in The Last Action Hero, the movie Schwarzenegger.
I've never shot a Desert Eagle, but I can't imagine that it's going to be that different.
Smiley carried 2 of them in his pockets.
I remember I think he carried them down the leg of his pants.
Yes, he carried 2 Desert Eagles in his pocket.
But there are a lot of carry handbags on the market.
Coronado leather used to be a big one.
I don't have any experience with any of those. The experience I have with carry bags is literally taking my Louis Vuitton purses and making them work, because you're not going to look at a Louis Vuitton purse and go, oh, there's a gun in there. You look at some of these leather purses and you're like, that bitch has got a gun in there. So
yeah, like there's a company called Coronado Leather. It's out of Coronado, San Diego. I don't know if they're still there. They were kind of the first, at least the first on my radar 20, 30 years ago. You do see carry purses at the gun shows. Now that we've spoken about this, it'll probably show up targeted marketing to you. Like Vacandi, our friend owns Vacandi. She does leggings that have pockets, and she's what is she, 100 pounds maybe? I mean, she carries
She's
appendix
tiny.
2 fucking guns. That little bitch always like
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
she's
where
not
did that
trying to-
fucking rifle come from?
but she's not trying to fucking hide that either.
But you don't see it. Like you don't you're not like, oh, what is she's got a bulge. Like you just don't see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely doable. You just have to do it and find what you want.
Look, if I at 4'10", super fucking short waisted, can conceal, anybody can fucking conceal. It literally is just a matter of finding what will draw the eye away from where your gun is.
Boobs usually work. Show more boobs and they don't look down where the gun is.
Well, that, and like there's so many details in women's clothes. You could wear different patterns. You can tie a knot. You can wear the shirts that already have a fucking knot in them. You can have some ruching or some shearing. I mean, there's literally no excuse at this point in time. All you have to do is put in the time to find what works.
Or just show more boobs.
And a lot of the time,
Because it's not a girl that's going to tell on you. It's the dude.
A lot of the time, a woman is more aware of the gun than other people are aware of the gun.
Yeah, you fucking with the gun will give it away more than fucking people looking at the gun.
Yes, absolutely. And if, well, not if, but when you buy a holster for her gun, go to eclipseholsters.com.
You need multiple holsters,
and
too.
tell them I sent you, please. They will build you whatever you want that's on their website, and they will ship it within 3 days.
And if you are carrying in a bag, right, you need basically, there's all kinds of guys that take Kydex holsters and wrap them in Velcro. We did that for years for the NSW rigs for the SEALs. But Christian from Green Force will build you flat across the back. It's kind of like a belt slide holster, but specifically molded so you'll have some retention to your gun for going in bags, and they work great for that. So if you...
I have one for me.
Yeah, Amanda carried our fanny pack, a FUPA. She carried a FUPA.
I carried a FUPA XL.
FUPA X for years, just over her shoulder or as a fanny pack or crossbody. And then when we did the war bag, we made a 3-cell war bag, so it has 3 mag pouches on the front. And then I made it twice as wide. And then rather than making 3 mag pouches on the front, I put it into 2. So she can when she opens her bag, everything is in place in a slot. It's like, holy shit, there's a fucking ton of stuff in here.
It's the most organized thing I
But it's super accessible. But if your chick wants, and you got to have different stuff, right? She's not going to carry a Cordura bag when you guys are going out to, steak dinner or whatever to a nice restaurant. She's going to wear, nice shoes, and then, just get you whatever bag she likes and figure out how to make that work for you. Shit, I could probably start another business of chicks sending me their $3,000 handbags to fucking hack up with a pair of garden shears.
And that goes back to the beginning of, if she doesn't like it, she's not going to fucking carry it. She may carry it for a little while, because you bought it for her out of a sense of, trying to be appreciative, but she's not going to fucking carry it. So you really need to have that conversation with her, like, what kind of bag do you like? Do you like a leather bag? Do you like a cloth bag? Do you know what I mean? Like it.
What's her favorite bag right now, right? Yeah. How do we make that work for her or do something similar? And purses are like tool bags, right? Man purse, or my tool bag. I've got a tool bag sitting right next to my desk that I haven't really carried in 3 years. But every time I pick it up to show, say, this is the first tool bag we've ever, I'm always, I wondered where that went. I'm always amazed at the amount of shit I have in there, right? So when she's like, well, I don't have room for that in there. She does. She's got, there's fucking probably... a Ziploc bag's worth of lint in the bottom of the purse. Pull that out of there. That'll hold up. You can put a pistol in that volume.
You don't need 5 fucking hand sanitizers and 8 lipsticks and 5.
And you might, and a lot of people, that we're around, they're carrying 2 or 3 guns. So, one for a friend or whatever. But they might have one appendix and still have another one in the war bag. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. You guys kind of glossed over. You named a bunch of brands. But any of the higher end SOE bags, like not a grocery bag, but like something that has Velcro lining on it.
Yeah, specifically.
You can make.
I love the fanny pack because it's so small.
Yeah.
You're not really going to carry.
You're not going to carry anything else in there, though.
I did not the fanny pack, but not the XL, just the regular
FUPA
with a full size M&P.
Absolutely.
So, and it was perfectly fine. It's heavy
and the diaper bag. Guys were doing diaper bags because it has that slot on the back. That works great for that. Women were using those.
The big issue with the carry bags that we make is, for a woman, like, she's not going to carry a large tool bag as a purse, right? Yeah. Because it's just not. You're just not going to. Yeah. And a tool bag doesn't have a shoulder strap. Because it's not designed to have one. So it's not going to be a good purse.
We have female lawyers and male lawyers alike that use our laptop bag.
Yeah.
Or the diaper bag. And they go in and out of court, and then the pistol gets locked up wherever. But that back slot is for a pistol.
And I think the war bag is kind of... I mean, we're dealing with Cordura, and it's meant to be rugged, so it's not going to be pretty. But that looks... as close as you can get to a purse.
Yes, and that's what I said when he designed it. I said this would be a perfect purse because It's going to hold everything that you want to hold in it. You can wear it crossbody or over your shoulder. It has the back pocket so you can put an extra gun in there. It's got plenty of room for extra mags, flashlight, knife, all the stuff.
Not only that,
all
I mean,
the stuff.
90% of what people do, like this weekend, her and I, we went to Nashville and we were at the flea market. We're around a lot of people. If she's carrying a $3,000 handbag, you're a target simply because of they will steal the handbag.
When you said when the shit goes down, where's that bag going to be? I was thinking like diaper bags and purses are stolen often.
Yeah.
So that's
because women take them off.
Yeah.
That's
and
because
now you have
they
an unsecured weapon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they put them in a cart or they put them over the back of their chair. Like I see that every time we go to a restaurant. These women have their purses just hanging over the back of their chair, and I'm like,
I even tell people, I'm like, hey, somebody will steal that. At least put clip the band through the cart or something.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
insane.
I mean, you see people all the time. Their kids are getting stolen out of fucking shopping carts. I mean, the people are oblivious. We walk amongst people every day that if literally a broadcast just went off and said, hey, law enforcement's going to be busy, or no law enforcement today.
Time for the purge.
You have a highly elevated chance that somebody would just kill you for no reason at all.
But we're at a point in time right now, especially where
the quickening
people are not being punished for their actions. They are able to,
by design,
steal shit, inflict violence on people, and I'm already a fucking target because I'm small. I fucking stand out. So it's easier for me to just carry a handbag that's low pro.
If I'm standing in Walmart and some dude picks a child up and starts walking away and people are like, oh my God, he stole my baby. If I walked up and buried a claw hammer in that dude's head,
you'd go to jail.
I'd go to jail. Like the hero is never praised. It doesn't happen. I did see one last week where a dude grabbed a young child out of a cart, looks to be in like Walmart, and put a knife to the baby's abdomen. So two cops show up very quickly, and one kind of goes to the side. They give this dude a chair so he could sit down because he's now got the knife to the baby's throat. So this dude who's talking, the cop's talking, one guy on the side has a clear shot, and he fucking shot that motherfucker right in the head. And that is the first time since we used to praise people like that, right? This is the first time I heard national news media actually praise the guy who killed the bad guy.
And the funny thing is I heard you talking about that last week, and I went to find the video, and I can't even find a news story.
Highly suppressed, yeah, because it's not a white dude.
Well, it's a cop doing good, too.
Yeah, right. It doesn't meet the narrative.
Yeah.
So, Chuck Peoples, Appalachian Medical Solutions, very smart that you added that. We need to figure out how to abbreviate that. Appalachian Medical Solutions. You should have that as your URL, but you should also have APMSmed or something like that .com. John and Amanda, thank you and have that redirect to your main. John and Amanda, thank you for all the extra content for members. I have my business going and I'm getting classes rescheduled by groups. My question is two-part. I'm struggling getting wholesale vendors to take a small startup on for my gear sale part of the website at classes. What is the best way to break barriers with vendors? In your experience. Number two, what is the best way to promote the business on social media? I have put some shorts out on platforms as well, gone on several lives with different people, but I am struggling to get the views on videos. Be animated, draw attention, be shocking, say controversial things. You could even come out with some complete bullshit that you don't believe and be like, okay, now that I have your attention, right? And add value. Give them actionable information, right? Why do they want to not only watch that video, but come back for more? And have a lot of fucking energy. Also, appearance. Look like this is the most important thing you're doing. Dress as get in shape. Those are all important things. Not necessary, but they will give you, each of those things will give you a slight advantage. As far as volume, I don't know. Become friends with other people in your area, in your industry. You're always going to get further if you have buying power and if you have the ability to pick up the phone and talk to a dude who's doing what you do that will give you the information. get on target, man. Get out there like at SHOT Show and meet NAR Rescue, right? Have a friend there. We have a company that we've done business with for a long time, and we had reoccurring orders, and our shit just stopped. And my true belief is that somebody within the company has an issue with me or had an issue with James or something, and they just stopped. Like, we were sending our orders in, and I was able to, James, hey, your buddy owns this company. James emailed. That guy got back to me literally in 10 seconds, solved the problem. I have his direct number. I got a buddy. We were doing a supplement line through him, and we were moving, I don't know, $5,000 every few weeks, right? So not huge volume, but I mean, I'm doing hundreds of thousands of dollars accumulative through the year. But I just wouldn't get they would go unanswered. I was able to get the dude that owned the company. Hey, man, I need to send you these emails. There's something going on, and I don't know where the issue is. And I email him all the emails with his person who's handling all the ordering stuff.
Or not handling.
And he's like, I am so fucking sorry. This will be handled today. So now I'm carbon copied with the people doing distribution. So anytime I'd place an order, it would go to the distribution people and the CEO of the company. And that took care of that shit, right? So it's relationships, have those relationships. And a lot of times, especially let's say tourniquets right now, they're going to Ukraine. They're fucking going overseas. Government, all your ammunition, right? Everybody's talking about scarcity of ammunition. The government is buying fucking shit tons of ammunition. So if that company can only has so much capacity to build that month, who are they going to give the excess to? Who's going to get it, right? It's going to be the people that they like. When I talk to my vendors, I always try to have some kind of interact. Hey, man, I hope things are going great. I heard you guys are iced in. Hey, I know things are crazy in California. You ever want to get out of there? You're ever out here? Come see what we're doing. The best move and just have some dialogue before you get down to business. Hey, I need the following. Can you ship these out to me, please? And I always have that little bit of dialogue. And if you ever think about it, talk to them when you don't need something, because you will stick out, because nobody fucking does that. Hey, how many people are in your office? Can I send you some of my shirts? Like, I just want you guys to have them so you can see, what it is we do, what your product's used in.
So I was going to add with the vendor thing, if you go to them and you're like, look, I have a small order, but I'm going to pay you for it today, I think you're going to get a lot further than I have this small order and I need net 30. Right? Because
Correct.
Then they're like, it's not even worth the fucking time to do it.
And here and is it an issue of they won't do business, or is it an issue of you don't have the money to buy the minimum order, right? So when we were setting up dealers, our dealers were 1,000 overseas and like 500 US. That was your minimum opening order. And it really was difficult for us. It fucked us. Later on, it was $5,000 to open an order if you were overseas, and it was $1,000 to open an account with us. And now we never offered any terms. You were paying us right immediately, and then we changed it to you would pay us. We'd build all your shit, and when it was ready to ship, you would pay us. That even changed. Like later on, it was $20,000 because I want performance. I want people who are not just getting some of their friends together to buy my stuff. And we kind of protected areas like in Japan, Germany, Finland, Sweden, Israel, Norway. We had dealers all over the place. But I wanted dudes who were going to order and then control their areas. They could distribute if they wanted to, but I was avoiding my dealers being circumvented by a bunch of kids getting together to buy some rigs. People would come over from Japan and buy my rigs retail at $350 and walk right into Japan and sell them for $1,200 like immediately. So is it an issue of capital? And if it is an issue of capital, there is a lot of things you can do. Like, for instance, do you have a PayPal account? PayPal has a line of credit, and they also have a line like an open line of credit you can use. And depending on your volume, PayPal will just reach out to you and be like, hey, you did this much last year. Are you interested in this line of credit? We'll give you $100,000. It'll be in your account in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Now, it's exorbitant. It's huge, right? It's a lot of money. They're going to put, like on $100,000, they're going to charge you $14,000 in addition to that on the back end. But if you can't go to a bank and go, hey, here's a couple car titles. I need a loan right now, or I need a signature loan or whatever. If you can't do that now, with those lines of credit, every transaction you have coming through, they're just going to take 30% and put it into that line of credit to pay it off. If you're moving volume, now if you're not moving volume, they'll do it in a smaller manner. But I mean, if you need 10 grand or 20 grand to buy inventory and you know you can move that inventory, fucking do what you got to do. I mean, people, highly successful people that we talk about, they all take risk.
That's right.
And when they fuck up, the failure is way bigger, right? But we know about them because they took the risk to get to where they are. If that is the issue, let's have a conversation about different options for that. So I'm not sure specifically what piece is causing the question. But there's ways to do everything, right? You need what? What is it you need? You need Cat 7s and you don't have an account with NAR. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe you and me and a couple other people get together and we buy a larger volume. What is the next discount rate? I don't do business with NAR because they only do 30%.
And they're a pain in the ass.
My money goes, if you see us selling, I double my money. If I don't double my money, I'm not going to push my customers' money into that item where I make less profit, because I can build my own shit, or we can bring in other profit that doubles the money. I'm not going to expose my customer to that, because it's not in my best business interest. Now, if there's a product, you do see me talk about a lot of products that I believe are the best that we make zero money on. But if I'm bringing it through my business, we have to double the money on everything, or better, because there is a lot of product you can. So, Andrea Snow.
You missed one.
Josh Gilming. How strict are you with your diet? I'm not strict at all. I ate 3 cupcakes yesterday, and really there's like German chocolate frosting. I eat the cupcake. I just eat the top off because I want the frosting. Wanting to go ketovore, down 40 pounds. Dude, it'll make the biggest difference in your life, and it will do it so fast. Now, a lot of people will tell you, I even heard Rogan talk when he was doing just strict meat. When your body's adjusting to that, you're going to liquid shit your brains out, but you will adjust to that. That's all. That's your body getting used to it.
Not everybody goes through the diarrhea phase. A lot of people do, but not everybody does. But he's saying ketovore, which means he's still going to have probably some vegetable.
And why are we calling it ketovore? It's
because it's like 95% meat and a little bit of veg. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
I want 90% meat and chocolate cake.
I was very strict with my diet for a long time, and lately I've just been kind of like, I've added a banana in there a couple times. I've had some yogurt. But keto, ketovore, carnivore, any of those things, they're going to be such a big difference for you that you're gonna peel some weight off pretty quick. Make sure that you drink enough water and you are getting enough minerals, because typically those are where people suffer.
Because you're not eating the organs out of that.
When you go to that,
that's
kind
where
of
the minerals
diet.
are.
There's several different mineral drops that you can buy. You can drink mineral water.
You just go out in the parking lot and suck on gravel.
Yeah, go out and lick the rocks. No, but that, like, you hear people talk about the keto flu. The keto flu is because you aren't drinking enough water and you don't have enough salt in your body. So,
and for some, I mean, there are toxins coming out of your body. Like,
yes.
Like when you probably hold 10 pounds of gunk just in your digestive system that's just stuck in there.
Most people do. They say Elvis died of 15 pounds of impacted stool. Like, that's what killed him.
Oh.
But I think any ketovore, carnivore, I think any of those are a really good solution. I think I started keto in like 2016, and when COVID hit, John was like, all right, it's time for you to start eating like a normal person. And that was terrible for me. So,
but in two, you'll see we take advice from a lot of people, right? If you see a lot of people talking about keto, but they're fat, they're not in ketosis.
Yeah, they're eating too many goodies and shit.
They're sneak eating. There is something that's going in their mouth. And I mean, keep in mind, a teaspoon of soy sauce, like if you're eating something and you're dumping soy sauce, a teaspoon of soy sauce has 1 carbohydrate in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of shit you can do, but if you are eating high protein, high fat, and you get past that carb threshold, you are storing all of that fat. There are people who are doing keto who are coming down, but there are not people who are on keto that are remaining fat. You are taking advice from somebody that is not doing what they are telling you to do. So be aware of that.
If you really want to jumpstart, Dr. Berry has this thing called BBBE, beef, butter, bacon, eggs.
Is that where that came from?
That's where that came from. And so I think his thing is like 60 days. For 60 days, you eat nothing but beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and drink water and coffee.
You'll have a huge change.
Yeah, you're going to see a fucking rapid difference, and it's going to be a huge difference because it's literally like a reset. So it's allowing your gut to heal. You're going to realize that broccoli or Brussels sprouts or whatever, is actually inflaming your gut, and that's what's keeping you from taking a shit, or that's what's raising your blood sugar or your blood pressure or whatever. But by going down to those like 4 ingredients, you're like, holy shit, I feel good, my skin looks good, I have a lot of energy. It makes a huge difference.
Even if you went to, like, you could, even a person who needs to lose weight who is not going to do keto or carnivore, go down to single ingredient foods, right?
Yeah, whole foods.
Stop buying foods. Like, nothing comes in a package that goes in your body. Nothing comes from a restaurant other than like a real restaurant, right? If you can get a steak on a plate with your side or whatever, fucking snack on, even if you fucking just snack on the french fries. Don't get the bread, eat a couple of french fries, whatever, the meat, right? 1 ingredient foods. That'll make a world of difference in your life very quickly. You can get up, you take dudes like, I'll do cardio for an hour, right? Solid state cardio, guys. Huh. Okay, but and it works really fast for 6 weeks, and then it stops working because your body gets used to it, right? So then you do HIIT training. You're going to do high intensity, get your heart rate up. You're going to do wind sprints and stuff, but you're not going to do it for more than, 10, 15 minutes. And then you see another gain. That's how everything is. Like, you will get used to it and it will slow down. But just put real food in your body and stop putting the other stuff in your body, and stop even alcohol, right? I can have margaritas on keto because there's 0 carbohydrates in tequila. Okay, there's 0 carbohydrates, but it still metabolizes in your body to sugar. I can use this 0 calorie soda. I do this, I'm telling you. It's aspartame, look it up. It's poisonous for you. The sweetener in that motherfucker is wood alcohol, and you're poisoning yourself. So just be aware of it. Every time you have alcohol, look at it as though you are poisoning yourself a little bit. And if you're willing to do that, okay. If you're drinking beer, you're eating a loaf of bread. Like, literally, like, I'm lucky that I don't like beer. I just don't like
even
beer.
like the smell.
I never have. I've never had a 6-pack of beer. I've never even drank. I've had tastes of beer. Not my thing, luckily. But just remove the shit and start moving, man. And it doesn't have to be a gym. It can be functional fitness.
You can literally just go walk.
Go get you those water cans, right? Fill them water cans up and walk around with some water cans. Because now you're tensioning your traps, right? You're going to straighten your back up. A wheelbarrow. Get a shovel dirt, fill the wheelbarrow, walk around your house with it, around your block, whatever. There's tons of shit we can do that doesn't require a pill or a destination or a thing, right? Mountain biking. I have badass mountain bikes. When we go mountain biking, I'll spend hours getting all the bullshit together, and then we'll go mountain bike for 30 minutes. Like, I bike, I'm exercising. No, motherfucker, you're not. You're not elevating your heart rate. You're cruising around. Treadmill. No, you're walking. Like, elevate your heart, make it uncomfortable, and you should be soaking wet when you're done, right? Do you want to cardio for an hour, or do you want to cardio for 5 minutes? I can get a lot more cardio done in 5 minutes, and I can do a lot less than the 5 minutes in an hour, right? I do it in the morning because it's fucking easy. I can say I did cardio. There's not a change in the mirror after a very short amount of time doing an hour of cardio on the treadmill, especially if I can sit there and read things while I'm doing it. You're not really doing shit.
Yeah, if you can read, you're not moving quick enough.
You can get a lot more cardio done in 5 minutes than an hour on the treadmill.
How many guys at the gym who are standing there talking for 2 hours really did a half an hour?
That's true.
Yeah.
You're in the gym. Guys, I was at the gym for 2 hours. Yeah, but you worked out. You did 6 sets.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And
You did 6 sets.
if you're a woman and you go to the gym with your makeup on and you come out and it's still intact,
Yeah.
you didn't do the work.
Yeah. You can get an air bike, right? You can get a Rogue or an Airdyne bike. Well,
Kick your ass.
I do that for a minute between each set, or I'll jump rope. If you want an ass kicker, man, fucking jump rope. Between sets while you're in the gym or at your home gym or whatever, push-ups. Between every set, do 10 push-ups. Between every set, do 10 bodyweight squats, do lunges, whatever. Just keep going.
I'm big on that with like anything that I want to start. All the cool gadgets are for the people who have been doing it for a long time. Like if you can't do it just the simple way, then you don't want to do it. You know, like
Right.
like exercise stuff. You can find things around your house to exercise.
Sure.
Perfectly fine. Jump roping, push-ups, all that stuff. And like with shooting, everybody always wants to get the high-end optic on their rifle, but they don't know how to use the iron sight.
Right.
Or they don't
exactly.
even have iron sights.
Exactly, yeah. Like that kind of stuff. Start with just the simple stuff.
Yeah,
And
there's
work your
always a way. There's always a way, and there's always an excuse.